So, in case you haven't been watching or in case you haven't been, I guess, paying attention or watching about, some of the things going on in hip hop, Meek Mill just recently got sentenced to 2 to 4 years, a minimum of two, for violation of parole. Um, do I necessarily agree with the sentencing? No, but do I think that he kind of knew the stipulations of his probation? Absolutely. When you look at things happening, and I know this world is so fucked up, but I know that as a black man, you can't do certain things that your counterparts can, some of your peers can. So when you have Meek riding a dirt bike in the middle of like New York City and gets pulled over and he doesn't understand why, it baffles me. You know that people are watching you. You know that people are gonna have it out for you because of who you are, because of your status, because of your wealth. So for you to kind of basically turn your nose up at the law doesn't really make sense to me. When you look at people like T.I., when T.I. had his entire legal situation going on, he did his time, came back, did parole, violated his parole, went back for a year. And granted, the charges that he faced, I don't know if they were dropped or not. I can't remember, but you don't really hear too many people up in arms about it. The problem with Meek is that those same charges that he was arrested for were dropped. He still got arrested. That's the problem. When you're on probation, you shouldn't be having contact with police at all. You have to be on your P's and Q's at all times. I think Rama just said it on the Breakfast Club. She's still on probation to this day. She still has a curfew at 12:30. She still has to be inside by 12:30, and she knows that there's certain things that she just can't do. In order to leave certain places, you have to talk to your probation officer. Meek Mill decides to go to an award show with Nicki when they were dating at the time and didn't tell a soul. How do you expect the judge to react when you're basically kind of just turning your nose up at her? She's giving you so many chances. You've had to be on house arrest. You've had to do community service. And then for you to still be granted the things that you've been granted and you haven't learned from such lessons, it doesn't make that much sense to me because you know that people have it out for you. So do I feel bad that he got sentenced? No, not necessarily, because of the amount of chances that the judge has given you, and you just can't. You can't do it. Granted, do I think that people are going to remember him 2 years from now? Yes. I think that Meek needs to sit down and realize just reflect on the dumb decisions that you're making. Like, you can't turn your nose up at the law. You really can't. Regardless, judges take offense to that shit. And if you haven't figured it out now, I don't know what you want anybody to do. There's nothing anybody can do for you. It's just like with any situation on probation, there's rules and regulations. Don't go this place. Don't do this. Don't do that. Whatever the stipulations of your probation are, just don't do it. So for you to go so far to kind of not care, it is what it is. For people to be so outraged and they have this petition going around to get him out, you guys have to understand that what he did has consequences. Just like everything you do has a consequence. You can't just go around doing whatever you want. Of course, I think his sentencing was harsh. Do I think the judge could have given him house arrest again? Sure. Do I think she could have gave him a few months, if that? Absolutely. She's been trying to give this man as many chances as possible, and it feels like she was trying to give him chances. They came from the same neighborhood, so I think that she's been doing her best to not put him in jail. She gave him house arrest. She gave him community service. Do I think that she should have pulled up on him at community service? No, which is weird. It just seems like she was a little more invested than necessary. So I can understand why people are saying that she kind of had a vendetta out for him. Do I think that she had a vendetta out for him? I don't know. I don't know the judge. I'm not an expert in law, but I do think that she, from being an outsider looking in, it looks like she was trying to help, and he just kind of was like whatever with it. And there's only so many times that you're going to get a chance to fix your wrongs and to do better. So I don't think that people are going to forget about him. I think that when he gets out, there will be um, a new climate in hip hop because hip hop has changed so much in such a short amount of time, and so many new people come out so often. There's like a new rapper every week, but I don't think anybody will forget about him. And I just heard something about even though he was sentenced to 2 years, he can get out in like 8 months. So I don't think he'll be there for the entire 2 years. And I think this also goes to a point that Joe Budden made on Everyday Struggle. Like, everybody's, the day he was sentenced, I think was an election day or something, and everybody was talking about Meek, but nobody was talking about going out to vote. Judges are elected. You have to go out and voice your opinion. If you feel like things need to change in the justice system, which of course I do as a black woman, I definitely do, you kind of have to go exercise your right to vote. And I don't mean kind of, you have to. You have to go exercise your right to vote because things like this happen when people don't voice their opinions and they don't use the rights that are given to them. So if you want to see change, you have to do something to be a part of that change. You have to go vote. And I don't I don't feel bad for him. I think it's an unfortunate circumstance, but I also think that you have to face the consequences when you make such decisions. So I wish him all the best, and I really hope that he learns from this. He takes this and learns from this because this case has been going on for so long. Like, when are you going to be tired? At some point, you have to be like, you know what? I'm over it. Let me just do what I need to do to get off this probation so I can do what I want. And it just seems like Mika's just kind of like, fuck it. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's talk about it. And I will see you next time.